this weekend. We're going up and around going up that valley tonight. We'll be up there just a short while. Tomorrow morning we're going to climb over the mountain, and then we're going to head all the way to Two Harbors. We're in Avalon right now. So we landed into Hermit Gulch Campground, and this is less than 2 miles out of Avalon, and that's the ranger station there, and it's right next to the road. And we are just beyond mile marker 1 for the Trans Catalina Trail, and this is the ranger's house, and go over there if it's after hours. And Ashley was in there, and really cool lady, helped us out, and she actually said, you know what, you guys are down here in campsite number 1 next to the road. She said you can choose any campsite you want to. There was only one other site taken on this Thursday night, so we landed here in site number 12. And what we liked about that is lots of flat area. I didn't know, but they have tents here too, and that seems pretty cool. But lots of flat area here. And Bigfoot has a bathroom report. How's the bathroom?
Clean, there's no lights.
No lights on?
Oh.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Bring a flashlight.
Yeah. So first thing out of the camp this morning is 1,500 feet of climb, and this is miles 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the Trans Catalina. And so we ended up leaving camp down there in the bottom at 8:30 this morning, and we're probably 1,300 feet into this climb, so we're just about to the top. And looking forward to that, because the PCT has hills, but they're switchbacks, and this thing is just straight up, kind of crazy steep. This is our first bison. We saw a couple that were far away. But this guy, he's the one that I was talking about earlier. We were up on top of that hill and saw him. He's laying there like that's his normal spot. It's all worn down, and Bigfoot commented that his dog does the same thing. Climb is the view is the reward of the climb. This is just getting to the top of the ridge right before we get to Black Jack Campground. It is quite a climb. Goblin's all set up in her tent. And this is site number 3 at the Black Jack Campground. Tyler's in there resting his back. We're feeling a lot of pain
So much.
from all the climbing we did. It was pretty vicious. We like this campground though, it's pretty neat. Way remote. There isn't a shower here. There is water. Campfires are allowed if you have wood. And a storage container to put we're gonna throw our backpacks in that thing tonight. And can lock it up in there. We're on the western or the eastern edge of the campground, so we've got a really good view of the backcountry.
tear? Yeah, they don't tear.
It's a little bit before 8 o'clock, and we're on day 3, headed out of camp. This was the Black Jack camp last night, 1,600 foot elevation, something like that, and really a little bit warmer than the first night. It was nice, and now we've got a big day in front of us. We're 14 miles today. We're gonna go down to Two Harbors, or I'm sorry, first we're going to Little Harbor, and after that we're gonna turn around and go back up the hill to Two Harbors. So Two Harbors is on what we're calling the Pacific side of the island, and Little Harbor's on the Atlantic side of the island, and we're gonna be doing both sides of the island today, which means a lot of climbing between the two beaches. Tonight's camp is in Two Harbors, and we're actually going to be camped there for 2 nights. Looking forward to a restaurant dinner tonight, and 14 miles of adventure between here and there. So we just came over the top, and that's what we're calling the Atlantic. That's the windward side of the island. And we left the airport. Check this out. Right over here, that's the water tower that we were just under by our camp. And then the Blackjack Mountains right there, we were camped right under that. So we just passed TCT mile marker 13, and that puts you all the way out here, overlooking water. We just came down that. These trails or roads are just straight up, straight down. We've even seen places on a road where, I guess it rained here last week, and the traffic would get on the cars would get on the road and just start sliding, locked up tires and sliding into the embankments, and pretty dramatic skid marks back there. But we are at a point where we can see both sides. That's Palos Verdes right out there on the other side of the drink. And then on the other side, there's ocean right there. We can see a little bit better before we came down that hill. And here's Goblin and Bigfoot. We just stopped to fix our feet, let our shoes dry out and our socks dry out and our feet dry out, and good health check. Is there a whale down there? There's a good foot health check break. That's important when you get, especially in warmer weather. The wetter you get, the more your feet get chewed up. It looks like it did. We are dropping down into Little Harbor. And it is nothing short of beautiful.
Switch back and forth, the camera angles and the editing.
It's pretty much straight up all the way out of Little Harbor. I'd venture to say we're at 900 to 1,000 feet up right now in 3 miles. But from there, we go over the top of this and we'll be able to see Two Harbors.
So this is Bigfoot's point of view. We had to climb this entire ridge and then walk here, and then we're at this table thing. And so I took off like the billy goat I am, and I took up on the hill, and I walked over and I sat down. And I saw wood glue at one point just about there, and I haven't seen him since. And I haven't seen Goblin since I saw her at the bottom of the hill, which is way down there. This is like brutal steep, like good 45 degrees brutal steep, and then walking along there, and you can see there's some people down there. I'm gonna try to find them. Wish me luck.
So right in the middle of the screen, we're on the other side of that hump, and I was mistakenly thinking that once we got over that hump, we would be able to see Two Harbors. Little did I know, there was this hill to climb. All the way up to the top of that. And that was just the butt kicker. Now we're hanging out on top of the world.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
We walked out of camp this morning a little after 8 o'clock, and we're headed to do the plus or minus 18-mile loop that's on the north side of the island, the north end of the island. And we're just probably a mile and a half into that now. Still walking along the Atlantic side of the Two Harbors. And shortly here we've got a big uphill to do, like 1,700 feet in 2 miles. We're gonna hit that with optimism. We don't have our big heavy packs on, so we can hopefully go a little easier than we were yesterday. Lots of leg pain from yesterday, all the climbing we did, and we're hopeful that once we get to top of the top up here that we'll have a nice downhill, flat, landish walk around the rest of the island, but that remains to be seen. We're at TCT mile marker 26.5, something like that. And we came up, just guessing, over 1,000 feet already. Not sure if you can see the ocean. We'll do the leeward side of the island over there. Might be clouds though. But slowly, we're getting high enough to see the top of the world. Again, we were there yesterday. A different top of the world though.
In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
That's Bigfoot running down the hill. This is Fence Line Road, and heading down that from the top to the down towards Parson's Landing is pretty brutal. Downhill the whole way, and it would be equally brutal to walk out of here and go back up to the ridge. Extremely steep trail. So that's the road we just came down, all the way down the mountain and loop around, but we were pretty much on those ridges up there, and in less than an hour we've walked all the way down. This is Parsons. So we're at Parsons Landing, and this is a pretty cool beach. You're right on the water, and you can camp. I mean, this is a campsite right here, right on the water. It looks like you could get a lot of wind here. People have built these wind shelters all along, and still not sure if they've got water here. We walked down there and there's none, but maybe up by the restrooms there's water. There are restrooms here. And lockers for firewood, and pretty neat place though. It would be interesting to camp here. Coming up on Two Harbors, there is a bathroom. We gotta walk all the way back there and back out. There was a lot of wind last night. As a result, the waves are pretty big for this little harbor. Today's our pack up and go home day. It's pretty awesome last night to lay in our tents and listen to the waves crash.